So every YouTuber has a reason as to why they started their channel. Some people do it for fun as a hobby, while others hope to monetize off of it in the future. But what's the point if no one's watching? Well, cue the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Jonesia from QA. Today I wanted to talk about having the almighty why for starting a YouTube channel. As someone who has under 20 videos, you might wonder why I'm even doing this. One might wonder, what's the point? Well, the answer is unique to everyone. In my case, there were a few reasons. First one being that I wanted a reprieve from my unemployment. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. As a person who didn't really have the most hobbies while working became a huge part of my identity. When I lost my job, I didn't know what to do with myself. I went through the mourning period of losing that job. It was the most money I'd ever made. I really liked my team. It was great. I only in the office one day a week. It was a great setup. So I was trying to figure out who I was while going through that. And YouTube was a great reprieve for me so that I could essentially distract myself. Another reason I started my YouTube channel is because I wanted to share my knowledge. You know, back in 2020, I was working at a grocery store, and thankfully by the summer, I had transitioned to a data entry position, which was a godsend considering what was all happening in 2020. And that worked through 2021, and I was able to transition to my first quality assurance position. So I've learned a lot essentially, and I want to share that knowledge, as much as I can. And I figured that YouTube would be a great platform to do so. You might think, why not LinkedIn? But I kind of wanted a more chill environment. LinkedIn has kind of become something that I'm not the craziest about. I just don't think employers need to be seeing all the thoughts and opinions, potential employers. I think that that looks bad when you say certain things, even if they're not wrong. But I think certain opinions, it would be wise to keep to ourselves. And that's how I live my life. I'm not going to monitor anyone else, but that's why I'm on YouTube essentially. So another why for me is that I wanted to see how far I could get on this platform. As a millennial, we get on different social media platforms. We want to keep up with people that we went to school with. It's pretty great, but I never really considered YouTube as a platform that I would ever utilize for content creation. That wasn't until I was unemployed and I kind of felt like, well, I have stuff that I can offer to the world. I feel as though, this is good for me. It would be something to keep me busy, something to get me up in the morning. If you don't have a why for getting up every day, it's like, why not just stay in bed, and just bed rot or something all day? And it's like, I didn't want to do that because that's just, then depression happens and all kinds of bad stuff. So getting up, getting into a routine was really helpful for me. And YouTube helped me do that. I'd get my breakfast in the morning. I'd start scripting stuff. Some days it's a recording day, so I just get on here and I go through my scripts and I share my thoughts and my opinions on things. So it's pretty great. I want to see how far I can go with this. Ultimately, I would like to get monetized. I would like that sense of community. I think there's a lot of good that can come from YouTube, and having the right kind of creators on the platform has made it so amazing. And I want to add to that. It's going to be a long time. I don't anticipate going viral, but I'm just going to see what happens. So since starting my YouTube channel, there have been some positive and negative aspects that I've come to find out about. As far as the good, it's been a creative outlet, which is fantastic. I get to have fun with it. I get to record. It was an art that I was really intrigued by filming, and scripting, and I didn't think that I didn't know how that would be for me, but I came to really enjoy it. Then comes the fact that I have 3 subscribers. I have 3 people who give a darn about the content I'm making, 3 people who care to see what I'm going to post next. And that means the world to me. I want to make sure that I'm creating good product, good content, and, having people who are supporters, even the people who just like, even the people who just leave a comment. It's great. Like, so far, I've had really positive feedback. My first Quality Matters episode, I felt like, oh my gosh, people actually like what I'm saying. And it's such a good feeling. Another great thing is that it is a pleasant distraction to be on YouTube. It is awesome to just be able to get up, film. Like, I don't have that job to fill that gap right now. It's a hobby right now because I'm not getting paid, but I'm manifesting getting paid from YouTube at some point. So I'll get to do something that is a hobby anyway that I'm loving. It truly is a great way to keep my mind active and to give me my why for getting up in the mornings. As far as the bad, there's the hyperfixation on views and likes and subscribers. Um, Starting out, it's rough. I like for 4 consecutive videos, I've gotten 0 views. So it kind of gives you time to reflect and kind of think, I need to go back to the drawing board. Like, hopefully with this video, someone sees it. Someone. And hopefully it doesn't just go into the void of YouTube where nobody's seeing stuff. But yeah, that just means I have to double down and go harder in order to make it worth people to view, like, subscribe, or maybe even hype up at some point. Another thing is wondering if the finished product is worthy of views, because just like artists, they have albums and they're like, oh man, are people even gonna receive this well? Like, making videos is like that. Like, oh man, are people gonna watch? Is my thumbnail engaging enough? Do I have, does it pop? Or is my title engaging? Like, some stuff I'm just like, I don't even know how I'm gonna make that interesting. Some stuff I'm surprised anyone watched, but I'm not gonna let those 4 videos discourage me. And if you're an early on YouTuber, don't let it discourage you. Like, we got this. We're in this for the long game. So we're gonna keep going, keep pushing forward, and I think it's all gonna work out. So my last negative would have to be discouragement. And that's really coming from the previous things I stated. There are so many amazing content creators who clearly put in a lot of time into their content, whether it's through long form or shorts, and they've been doing their thing for a while. And then you kind of feel discouraged at times, like, oh man, am I going to be able to even reach any of the pinnacles that they've reached? And some of my favorite YouTubers have been in the game more than 5 years, some 10 years, and it's inspiring, but also you have the moments where it's like, can I even do this? I don't know. And imposter syndrome kind of kicks in, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I will say for me, imposter syndrome hasn't been as strong, just because I'm still on the high of starting something new, a hobby. And I hope it doesn't get to me, but it's easy for that to happen. So what matters is that we just keep recording and keep yelling into the void until people notice. And hopefully we can keep a trail of videos where people are watching and hopefully liking the content and want to stick around. I want to believe that no matter what, there's always going to be someone who's going to watch a video. So take this for example. During my master's program, I had to upload a video to YouTube for one of my assignments, and it was going through visualizations I made on Tableau, talking about some topics that they probably wouldn't be as interesting right now. Um, but somehow over the course of 4 or 5 years, people watched my video. And I don't know if it was like a quick tap or something, but like it was like 27 and 28 people. which it's not a lot, I know, but it's like the fact that anyone other than my professor would have watched that was just like, wow, okay. You know, you think something's in the void, but it just hasn't met the right people or the right audience. So that algorithm, people always talk about it, but it is an interesting thing, very sophisticated. So I don't know. That all I can say is if someone watched my assignment videos, and I had assignment in the title, um, people will probably watch your video too. Like just give it time. That's what I tell myself. Like it just hasn't made it to the right people yet. There's so many people on this platform, so many people watching the platform. So yeah, I think it's just a game of patience at this point. Like you do your very best for that video and the right people will see it in time. And you just have to believe that. If you don't believe that, it's probably going to be a rough time for you. Another thing, people might even binge watch your videos. I had that happen, I think, once. And I know it's like one time, Imani, it's like one time. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So, you know I binge watch like some of my favorite content creators all the time. So, that could happen to you too. Like, if it can happen to me, who am I? It could happen for you too. So YouTube's trajectory is based on what you put into it. If the content is geared towards you or serves as a journal, it could be a great hobby. If it's something you want to garner a following from, it could be a process. More often than not, you'll grow at a steady pace. We all don't go viral. I mean, it could happen though, so don't count it out. But you never know how your content's going to do. So you just continue to scream into the void until people start to notice. And then one day it's like, oh, okay. I got a few followers. Okay, I got a few hundred followers. Oh snap, are we getting into the thousands? Is that 100,000? I can't speak for this because again, who am I? I am under 100 subscribers. My opinions are probably very much invalid here, but I feel like that makes them more valid because I'm not getting paid for this stuff. I don't know, but for what it's worth. But then it's a matter of getting people who want to stick around, finding your niche, or, creating your own niche. Everyone grows at their own pace, but your goal should be to improve with each video you make. So I'm here to see how things go for me. I'm truly here for the learning that comes with YouTube, and I really want to get my craft at a good place so that one day I will be worthy of monetization and that people will want to watch my content. The algorithm is unpredictable, but everybody knows that. And the successful YouTubers know that and continue to move forward in spite of it. So I'm going to stay consistent and see who comes along on this journey with me. If this video interested you at all, hit that like, hype, and subscribe button to help a small channel out. If you're a YouTube creator watching this, what's something that's kept you going? And what advice do you have for smaller creators? My name is Imani and I make videos for all the curious cats out there and for inspirational purposes. But that's all for this video, so I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!